You have got to be kidding me. The water's up to the top of the grill. Look at this thing. It is literally caked full of dirt all the way through the top of the engine. I don't think I've ever seen one this bad. And the irony of it all, I actually bought this car for me, personally. But he did drive the car up here. So this thing runs and drives, even though it's got 3 feet of mud inside of it. I'm curious how it sounds. This is really an impressive amount of debris. I am surprised it even turns on, honestly. This is crazy. What else we got on this thing? The rest of the body looks good. There's a dent in that fender. It looks like that fender's been pushed back. And same with this one. Well, this one has been pushed back all the way to the door. So the door has rankled the fender. So whenever this thing went in the water, it pushed all of that back enough to damage both the fenders, pushing them into the doors. So they must have been doing a good click when they hit the water. Did they get it inside? Yeah, the seats work. All right. It's clean. Oh yeah, baby. I like that. Inside of this truck is mint. Yeah, the water didn't even get inside of this thing. We are gonna have to paint the whole side of this thing. They must have gone through some bushes or something, because when they went in, they've got scratches all along the bottom here. Little nicks and scratches, so we'll be painting the entire right side of this thing. The passenger side appears to have not taken the damage that the driver's side took. A couple little scratches. And again, this fender's been pushed back. Let's see what it sounds like. Dave, stay up here and see what comes flying out of that engine. Hopefully no raccoons or squirrels or anything. I can see flying from inside. You can hear the fans trying to turn on. The starter's still good. The thing sounds great. I mean, it sounds really good, except for all the debris flying around. What was that? Well, this is gonna be an exciting rebuild nonetheless. Tearing this thing down, getting all the mud out of the front of it and seeing what's all damaged. And eventually I get to take it home. We got the Tahoe back in the building because our 2 fenders showed up. And that is a good time, while we got the fenders off, to get all the mud and grass and twigs and sticks out of this engine compartment. Because to do the fenders, you gotta have the wheel liners out, so Preston will have good access for getting in there and just getting all the clutter out of this thing. So he's got it on his lift. He's gonna do that. He's gonna do the water checklist and make us a list of all the parts that we need. So let's get the show on the road. Preston, get to work. Preston's been working away on this Tahoe. I see that he's making a mess over here. Let's see what he's got going on. What in the heck? I tell you, it's been a long time since I've seen this much debris come out from one car. As a matter of fact, I don't know that I've ever seen this much. This is crazy. What are you doing over here, Preston?
Cleaning up pig pens.
The pig pens, right. My gosh, look at this. Just caked stuff of dirt back here. I mean, just, does it stop? My gosh, we're gonna have to get the cleaning service in here just to clean up after this mess. So did you find a water line anywhere? No, it's just all over on this thing, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Wow. I'd be curious to weigh all this, you know, like when we're done, this truck's gonna go on Weight Watchers. It'll have lost 50 pounds. All right, well, I'll let him get his job done.
So we dropped the gas tank down to get everything off of it. I had to drop the transmission down yesterday, try and get everything off of it. There was water that went all the way to the top of the motor. There's actually debris that was on top of the intake that was packed in. It's been everywhere, but nothing inside. Getting close to the end with debris. All the connections that I've taken apart, it doesn't look like water got in them. Honestly, this is gonna be a really, really nice truck. There's like no damage, just shit everywhere. Hopefully by the end of the day though, I'll be actually fixing stuff.
Right. We are on day 3 and he is taking apart every little nook and cranny on this truck, trying to get out every last twig. He's doing a very thorough job. I do appreciate that. He did show me this water line, which is impressively high. So I can see why he's concerned. That is super high, crazy high water line. It was all the way up, halfway up the throttle body on this engine. It's amazing to me how the thing even still runs and drives. But coming along, so hopefully he gets this thing back together, and then next day or two, I can actually drive it. What in the heck is this thing still doing in my shop? It is Friday afternoon. I'll tell you what it is looking. He's got the fender on it. He's got the bumper back on and the headlights and grill. He's got the other fender on. It's looking pretty good, really. I'm gonna take it home for the weekend. I'm gonna show it off to the wife. I'm gonna take the kids out for a roll, maybe get them some ice cream. Hopefully I don't have much of a punch list when I get back, and we can take the thing straight over to the body shop. In the meantime, I'm gonna go have some fun. What a nice truck. This thing is awesome. I got to drive it all weekend. Truck is smooth. It's just such a nice ride. The kids were climbing all in and out of it. They love it. This thing's gonna have a great home in our driveway. But the check engine light did come on. I see Joe's already here, so let's pull it in the shop, find out what's going on with that check engine light. My baby's broken. And it's not my fault. That light was on before I even got out of the parking lot. I turned it on, the check engine light was on before I bounced the curb. Look at you, already got the tool ready to go. Here's the deal, Joe. If the repair costs more than $500, then I get to punch you. If it's less than $500, you get a bonus. The bonus is a thank you.
Okay, let's see.
Pretty unlikely that something's actually bad. Unless, of course, water got in it and messed it up.
Map sensor 108, circuit high. That usually means it's not plugged in.
The map sensor. Shit, I know what that is. Off the hood. Circuit high. Could have got damaged. The pigtail could have got damaged. The connector could have got damaged. Or just have some water in it. You're not gonna believe this. Come here. Come here, Caden. Check this out.
That's fully disconnected, sir.
Yep, right there. Okay. There we go. Push the lock in. The lock wasn't in place, so it's probably how it fell off. Joe, you were right. That sucker was unplugged. Keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully that's all it was. And then Joe can get his thank you.
Then come back.
You know what that means? It's time to get this over to the body shop.
2 seconds later.
Man, before I could even get this thing over to the body shop, am I allowed to say the word on camera? The f***ing body shop check engine light came on again. I've only had this car twice. Both times the check engine lights come on. So, at any rate, let me get a scanner. We'll figure this out. This is not good for the family truckster. Last thing I want is a car that's not reliable. Read codes. Engine. No communication with fan A and B. You gotta be kidding me. I don't want to say it without looking, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think he's left the fans disconnected. We already had that map sensor that wasn't plugged in. All right, there should be one down on both sides. There's one down there that is definitely not connected. Okay. Sure, that one's not connected either. I'll be damned. I think I can do this without even turning the engine on. If I start screaming, call 911. Oh, I dropped the flashlight, but it is lighting up what I need to see, so. This thing is hot. A lesson for you people at home, don't ever work on an engine while it's running. Damn. Ow! All right, that's one of them. But I think I seriously burned a finger. But I am getting done. All right, I think I'm actually gonna turn the engine off because I need to retrieve my flashlight so I can see this other side. Now I don't wanna go back down in that thing. But you can probably cut all this out, but whatever, I do gotta hit that flashlight. Okay. All right, I got the light. Okay, we're just gonna climb over here. Okay, this one's further down in there, but I can get it. I'm not even taking off any of the breather assembly. Ow! Why am I doing this? Because I like front lighting. cars. This video is gonna be nothing but bleeps. You know what's so hot? Oh, these must be coolant lines. All right, I'm gonna let this one cool off for a couple minutes before I go sticking my hands back down in there. Okay, I've let it cool off for about 5 minutes. I'm sure that's long enough. Damn, that thing is still hot. Okay, I got the, ooh. Oh, I can't believe how much this thing hurts. Okay, I got the wire. It's not coming apart, so it's snapped together all the way. Oh my gosh, that thing sucks. That really should be all it was. They were both disconnected, so let's make sure the codes all clear out. I gotta turn it back on. Okay, all right, clear codes, engine clear. All right, so we had 3 codes in here. 2 for the fans and then a lost communication code with CAN bus 3. And now we're gonna reread them. Nothing, we're good. And look at that, no check engine light. All right, so hopefully this time I can actually get it over to the body shop. All right, so we got the Tahoe over to the body shop. I'm all healed up. It's time to start painting this thing.
We ain't ready to paint it yet.
It's 2 fenders and a rocker.
A rocker?
On the
No,
other side. The other side, this side's fine.
It's a fender, blend the hood, blend this bumper, fix the scratches and the dent in the door, blend the back door.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You don't need to paint this whole door for a couple scratches.
Yeah, we do.
No, you don't. Can't you just touch them up?
Well, we gotta blend it anyways.
So now you want to paint the whole door and blend into that?
Yeah, might as well. That way it's perfect. This is a nice car.
I agree.
Okay, well, we gotta fix that, and your cheap ass is gonna have to get a new light, and then there's a little bit of body work to do. You got dents all the way down through here.
So what I think I'm hearing is you're looking at about a half-a-day job.
Half a month.
So we're about 12 hours into it at this point. They've got the passenger's door taken care of, got the scratches out of that, got it in primer, and then all the way down this driver's side. He got the bumper all cleaned up, got that in primer, and then these dents that were all along the bottom of these 2 doors have been filled in, straightened out. Those are in primer. The wheel opening scratches and bumper all taken care of. So next thing we need to do is start taping this thing up so we can spray some paint. Looking good. They've about got it all taped off. He must have stock in international paper. Well, at any rate, it's looking good. About ready to get some color sprayed on it. One step closer to getting it in my driveway. Oh man, look at this. Woo! That is one good looking truck. Oh my gosh. I'll tell you what, Nate, John, those guys know their man, this thing is just awesome. I knew it would look good because I got confidence in those guys, but man, I'll tell you what, this thing is awesome. And it is gonna look even better in my driveway. With my 17-year-old washing it, because I'm too cheap to pay the $200 to get this thing detailed. Looks like we still got to get this reflector and our Z71 badges on it, but this thing should be rolling out of here fairly soon, which means it's rolling to my house. We're taking it home. Got to bring in the old Escalade. Let's take a look at the numbers. So I took it home, gave it to my 17-year-old Max. He has shined it up, got it looking good. I've got it parked right out in front of the house like a trophy for the whole neighborhood to see. Not for you guys to see, but I will show you the numbers on our 2023 Chevy Tahoe Z71. By the time I paid all of Copart's fees, and you know how they love their fees, $30,019 into it. And then I spent another $1,000 getting it shipped up here from Albuquerque. Our labor and parts kind of added up on this one. Over on the mechanical side, we had $1,700 because we had the better part of a week just tearing it apart and cleaning it all up and putting it back together. The fenders weren't that expensive at all, $500. Then we took it over to the body shop, spent another $650 on paint and another $1,420 on labor over there. The detail though, however, was free because Max gets 3 squares a day. Total into the truck, $35,289. It's fairly good on market at 41 days, so I would have put this thing on the lot at 78%, but it retails for $62,700. That Z71 is a nice package, people love it. So we would have been putting it on the lot at $48,000 $995. But the reality is a lot of these big heavy trucks, Suburbans, Yukons, Tahoes, Silverados, we're not getting 78%. We're getting more like 74%, maybe 75, sometimes 73. So I think we would have ended up selling it for around $45,000. But I'm not writing a check for 45 grand. I'm writing a check for $35,289. That brings us to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of content, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm Matt Ryan. This is another episode of NKY Auto.